Hey everybody, it's me, Dana. Okay, I'm sitting here having my time with God and talking and my creator, gift of determination. And I'm sitting here and somebody sent me an instant message offering me 15K. I proceeded to say, look, I really don't want that much money because I think that much money will make me fall in love and then I will have bills and all this stuff that I couldn't keep up with or afford, and then I would become an evil person because I know myself. I know I will easily fall in love with everything I truly don't need. um, and I don't want that to ever happen to me. So I said, why don't you donate it to like rape victims or domestic violence or autism? But as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, this is so crazy. Like, I don't feel like I have to, my teeth are really, ugh. I have to dress up. Like, I don't feel like I have to glamour and gold myself because then I'm actually reflecting from the stuff that I'm wearing, which is the outside. And then nobody gets to see the true inside. So when I walk outside and I don't have tons of makeup on or my hair all dyed or souped up or my nails painted or whatever, I still feel as pretty as I would if I had all that stuff on because we need to understand something. The shine is not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. And no matter what you're wearing, if you shine on the inside, the outside's going to go with it unless you're trying to overdo it, which would be conforming to the flesh in a sense, I guess. I say today's society makes us feel like we have to have, like long lashes. I'll sit on, what is that, Snapchat sometimes, and I'll use the filters. Okay, that's fine. I'm using a filter. I'm not going out and doing it, which is relieving, exciting, and happy for me because then I get to look and go, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I look back at this and I go, this is even better, even without the two teeth or whatever. Because in all honesty, you have to love yourself and you have to love yourself enough to shine. It's something that comes within. You can have all these nice clothes and be pretty and be the ugliest person that somebody has ever seen. Because if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody else. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to love anybody else. And so on and so on. That's, space and such, you pretty much have to understand that you cannot live a peaceful and honest life if you're not peaceful and honest with yourself. It is seriously an inside job. In today's world, we have to realize that if we work on the inside, it all falls into place. Not when we want it to. I mean, as humans, we were taught to have it when we want it. And we have the option today to actually accumulate tons of stuff that we don't necessarily need. And have you ever just sat down in your house and looked around at all the stuff that you have and been like, what is that going to do? It's going to sit there. It's going to smell good, but it's a materialistic thing. It's not. It's not the ocean. It's not dirt. It's not the sky. It's not the clouds. It's not the grass. It's not the bees. It's just something that's going to be used and go away. You know. I guess my state of mind is really on an earthly kind of state. Like I would so rather be in a little small 2-bedroom fixer-up house in North Carolina with a car that is not a new age car with a GPS that talks to me. I talk to myself driving. I don't need something else talking to me. They'll end up putting me on meds. I'll think I'm a psychopath or schizophrenic. I mean, you stand in your house and you say something and you got some computer repeating what you're saying. You think they're not listening to everything? You're wrong because it probably is and will repeat later, which is the world has come to. So, simple life is really where I'm rooting and what I'm trying to do. I pray that my son is not sitting in front of a TV playing nonstop games because that is very detrimental to growth with children nowadays. There are subliminal messages. There is stimulation of the brain and the body that is out of control when they could be outside mowing lawns, fishing, cutting, making gardens. That is food for thought. That is food for you. There's time and a place to play games. I get it. I used to actually say at one point I was one of those mothers where I was like, yeah, it's a babysitter. But then I would watch my son and he would be almost computerized. Like if he didn't have it, he got really angry. Like something's not normal. So I started to pull him away from it, and I maintenanced his time, unless we're sleepovers or whatever, 5 TVs in the living room or whatever. But I think we need to stop and realize that our children are becoming computerized because they are subjected to a TV screen and a remote control that's probably causing serious, serious damage. Um, I'm okay with the games. I'm okay with that, honestly. But that's my friend Rio. I love you. That's where I'm rooting to do is my brother and I used to we got a lot of trouble half time. I was always the best fort maker, but we would go out back and dig holes and make in-ground pools or ant farms or worm necklaces. I just had to have worms with me because if there was water, I had to reach in my pocket and get my little pole, that I made and just grab a worm and go fishing. That's just who I was. I was, yeah, not Tom Sawyer. It was Dana Soden. But I'm just trying to say people need to stop and take a breath and enjoy the day because somebody else may not be able to do that. And we take that for granted. Take a lot of things for granted. Um, Going to jail for DUI when I was out on bond, I went right back to where I left. And I was back in there for almost 6 months again. Spent a year for something. And I plan on releasing a video soon. And my story is going to Channel 10 and a few others. But I'm not doing this to be resentful or revengeful or angry or what I'm actually doing is freeing myself from all the questions and all the scrutiny and I spent a year for something that I shouldn't have, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but if I don't do this, then I'm not really fighting. Yeah, I've lost everything, and out of losing everything, I have two discs that managed to stay with me through the whole thing. I mean, literally. And those are the two discs that are going to be played. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you don't, that's fine. And if I get in trouble for it, I get in trouble for it because honestly, I just lost a year of my life because somebody decided to lie and because they didn't follow protocol and then it go through and it was a hush hush, just like me dying in there. It was a hush hush. But God said, I don't think so. So that's what I plan on doing on my birthday. And then walking out in the ocean and trying to enjoy the ocean without the kayak because my truck that got taken too. Like, it's crazy. Tow truck company takes your truck and doesn't give you your stuff. There's laws being broken all over, man. So many people get so scared they just keep a closed mouth. Well, I understand controlling your tongue, keeping a closed mouth, but not after what I just went through, or my sons have had to go through. The false accusations, the lies. So I'm bracing myself because I don't know what's going to happen. And honestly, I'm to the point where what can they do? I mean, they've pretty much already done everything except take my clean time, which they can't get that anyway. So keep trying. Not going to happen. So that's all. I see that my friend Katrina Siller's on. I love you. I miss you so much. I'm going to try and see if I can visit you. But I want to thank everybody, all my friends and everybody who have stood by me and supported me and checked on me. The DUI, that's a whole other story because actually I passed the field test and I blew a 100, but they sat me there for like an hour and a half and made me blow again. And then I blew almost like a 300. I should have been dead, but needless to say, Pinellas County Sheriff's had a little dab on that too. And then my truck disappeared. Not to mention a friend that was there that I thought was my friend who is telling them that I am on drugs. So we'll leave it at that. Learning a lot through this journey, but I'm still trusting in it. I'm still trusting in the journey because I know that God will pull me through it. It's go through the storms, read the red, and just keep going. Um, and I'm completely happy with who I am today. I have no regrets. Okay, that's where this is boiled down to. I have no regrets. Whether my son was there or not, nothing bad happened. And the video will show you all that. And it'll show you the mutiny and the sabotage and the lies and the unethical, demoralizing, unprofessional situation that occurred. And that's all I gotta say. But I love you guys. But when I really need to find a dentist to stick a tooth or two in there. By the way, Craig Allen Travers, happy birthday, you old man. Yeah, Katrina, I said it. All right, I love you. Bye, everybody. Sleep with angels.